Okay, I want to talk about the latter rain. In particular, let me turn on some light here. Just be with me 1 second. Try not to get too bored, but the latter rain, according to the Bible, the manifestation of the Spirit of God, or the last days revival. Okay, the latter rain. I just want to read to you where people find that in the Bible. It's Joel chapter 2, starting about, actually starts like verse 21. So try not to get bored with me here, because I'm going to read a couple of verses. It says, "Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice in the Lord, for the Lord will do great things." 22, "Be not afraid, ye beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness do spring. For the tree beareth her fruit, the fig tree and the vine do yield their strength." It's a time of blessing it's talking about here, okay? But now this is a spiritual blessing. I'm sure we'll see that here in just a minute. And 23, "Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God, for he shall give you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain in the first month." It's always good to get that latter rain in the first month. Former rain and the latter rain. Okay? The time of planting and harvest. The latter rain is the finishing of the crop. The Lord's talking about the finishing of the crop here. Jesus said, "Send laborers into the field." He was talking about not corn and beans and cucumbers and grapes. He was talking about people. The harvest in wheat. We're referring to wheat at the time. The harvest is widened to harvest. The field is widened to harvest. He says, but we need to send workers into the harvest. And this is talking about sending the rain at the finishing of the crop. The Spirit of God. Spirit of God. It takes the Spirit of God. No man comes unless the Spirit of the Lord draws him. Okay? Now I want to go down. I want to show you that this is talking about the last days. I want to skip a whole bunch of verses here. And when I go down to some very familiar verses, the Lord is talking about here, verse 28, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams." Afterwards, giving a reference to the latter rain. Afterwards, latter. Same word almost. Okay? Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men dream dreams. So he's talking about finishing up the rain. He's sending the rain to finish up the crop. When you see this happening, world, listen to me. When you see this happening, this is the very last chance you will have to get in. You will have no other chance to get in before the rapture when you see this happening. The rapture of the church is Jesus comes back and he takes all his people. This is the way the Lord expressed it. He says, "Two will be in the bed, one will be taken, one will be left. Two will be in the field, one will be taken, one will be left." That type of scenario. And the book of Thessalonians and 1 Corinthians tell us that it's going to be instantaneously. We're going to be caught up together with the Lord. Excuse me. 4:17 there says we're going to be caught up in the sky. He's going to lift us right up. Just as he went out, so he's going to take us out. As those 400 men, whatever, saw him taken up there on that shore that day, he's going to take us in the same like manner. Okay? "And upon the handmaidens, servants and handmaidens, in those days will I pour out my Spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke." Now that pillars of smoke is, and the fire and the pillars of smoke is a reference to the Spirit of God standing at a particular place, leading, going forward, carrying through. It's just like it did in the days of Israel. The Bible said a pillar of fire before them by night and a pillar of smoke before them by day. And this is what it says. And this is where they talk about the 4 blood moons, okay? The 4 blood moons. The sun shall be turned to darkness, the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord. Pardon me. Okay, that's my buddy. I had to check and see who that was. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord has said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. All ready? Okay, this is going to get loud. My dog is going to knock on the door here. So God bless you. I'm going to wrap this up. But that's what it's talking about. The latter rain. And it's getting ready to rain, folks. Just like Elijah said, I hear the abundance of the sound of rain. People begin to pray. Amen. That's when it's going to happen. All right. God bless. We'll see you next time. Another great message, Cross in the Middle Ministry.